Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I am back to you live. And today we are going to talk about quality of books. Are your books good enough? If you're new to my channel, my name is Ashley, and I talk about how to make money online, mostly Kindle Direct Publishing, publishing low content books, or what I like to call medium content books. Medium just meaning that it's a little more than just a few lines or something like that. I would think activity books, if you do a different thing on every single page, that would be considered a medium content book because it does take a little bit more time than just a notebook or even a notebook with 5 repeating pages. It just takes more time when you do separate pages. All right. So anyway, I wanted to talk about quality and what does quality look like? Now, one of the things about quality is that quality is subjective, okay? And I would say the first thing to understand about quality is to understand your audience. Who is this created for? Okay, if you know who it is created for, then you will understand the correct quality, I guess, because quality, like I said, is subjective. So we're going to go through and I'm going to do some examples. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the covers. I want to talk a little bit about the interiors and just a few things that can really boost the quality of your books so that they look professional. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me know if you have any questions as we go along. You may have seen this. This is called Wreck This Journal. Don't use this title. It's kind of famous, so you'll get kicked off. But this journal is meant to be kind of a journal that for teens, tweens, to be kind of irreverent, I guess is the right word. They're supposed to like write in it, color in it, cut out things, stick it. Like I think one of the pages is like, put your foot in mud and then put your footprint on one of these pages. This one is in color, but as far as the interior is in color. But look at this journal in the sense of look at the writing. The writing looks like, kid or teen, tween, bold handwriting. Here, the revolution, you may not be able to see it really well, but it's like scratchy, like someone had, colored it in with a pencil. Now in color with that kind of cropped up look. So this really indicates the type of book it is. It is a teen journal. It is something they're supposed to cut up and stick and do a lot of things to. So even though it may look kind of like a mess, it's meant to be that way. So, this is quality for what it's aiming at. Good morning. Beyond Casual. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad you got me live too. Okay. So let's see. If you go inside, like I said, this isn't color, but look at the interior. It says, wreck this journal, and then to create is to destroy, now in color, right? So it's crossed out. Like I said, it's meant to be kind of irreverent. They've got this blocked lettering that looks like it's been scribbled. It's more handwriting than more of a print because that's the type of journal it is. So in your first page in your interior, it should also reflect what type of book it is. Put the name of it or what I like to do is the name and then a picture. I'll show you a few examples of that too. And then you can put your logo. This is Penguin Books. And so they have their logo and who it's by if you want to put your imprint name on it. Some of these things, this makes it look professional. You don't need all of this, which is like the copyright material, but some of this basic stuff does make it look professional. Penguin has a lot of stuff. They talk about a lot of different things, but I'll show you a few examples where it's much simpler, where it's just kind of copyrighted and then it has their logo and things like that, which is simpler. And then again, the interior of this one, it's very, what I like to do also in my pages on the interior is have some sort of explanation page of what this journal is supposed to be about or this particular book. And this says, this different things you're supposed to do, the introduction, and it's definitely in that handwriting, scripty look. So this really fits the genre. That may look like a mess, like I said, but it's quality because it's what it's supposed to be. Oh, I'm so glad you're here live. Let's see, Tormay. Maybe, did I do that? I hope your internet connection improves. Okay, so you can kind of see it talks about important points, important point 2. So this is telling the reader, user of this book, how to use this book. And since this book is really, if you've ever looked through these, it's really fun to look through this. So, carry it, follow the instructions. You can experiment, interpretation. It just kind of gives you all sorts of things to do. If you've ever seen these books, it's kind of fun. So let's go to the next one, though. Crafting fun for kids of all ages. I don't know why it's cut off here, but I can't get it to go any higher. But it's just, the cover is bright, it shows the different crafts this is for. And I'm showing you an example of professional ones because what I do a lot of times is I actually look at, Penguin, Random House, Scholastic, all the professional ones to get ideas of what, how to improve my quality. So it's colorful, but the color isn't too much. I've seen a lot of people, I was looking yesterday and I saw all this, it was colorful writing like this, but it was on something colorful and it was horrible. I couldn't read it at all. But this is fine because look, it's on a blue, dark blue background. So this color does stand out, but don't just stick your color writing on something. Like if they had stuck it right across here, it would have looked awful. But it shows different crafts that, this is making. And it has different sections. That's one thing I look at. It's got some examples, it's got block here, and then it's got another picture. So this is kind of what I call a template or a style of book you can create as well. You're not necessarily going to use this exact thing, but maybe you have an example of a page or something over here. You have your words, and then maybe you have something pretty down here. It just depends on what you're doing. But I look at the styles. Again, this is in color. But they have crafting fun for kids. So it's the first page. And then, but this is more what I was thinking for a first page that's pretty simple for most people to do. Crafting fun for kids of all ages. It kind of tells a little bit about what it's done. It has the author. It has the logo. This is like the logo of the author or a picture that exhibits or kind of exemplifies what it is. And then here is like a logo. So if you have a logo for your name or author. I do like to do logos. I think it just makes your book look a little bit more professional. Some of my books I've given to people and I've created logos and they're like, oh, is so-and-so press you? I'm like, yes, that's me. And they're just impressed. So little things like that really impress people. And then here's copyright material. You don't have to put all this stuff. Copyright, the little symbol, the date, your imprint name, and then all rights reserved is kind of all you need. And actually you don't even need that, but it does look more professional when you do things like that. How to market your book. So one of the other things you can take, if you don't want to necessarily, if you can't do all the things that the big imprints do, you can look at independent publishers. Joanna Penn is an independent publisher, self-publisher. There's quite a few of them, and you can look at some of the independent publishers and see who do really well and see kind of what they do. She has fiction books, but this is her imprint of nonfiction. So she has like reviews, which look really professional. So it's like other authors she knows has given, reviews to her books. So that's nice. Let's see, that looks professional. It looks like the editorial reviews that you've seen probably in books. This is a nonfiction book, so it makes sense. But here's kind of what I was thinking, how to market a book for authors. And it makes sense because this is a book for writers, for authors. And so it's very bold type print, and so what she has for her simple page, she says how to market a book. This is a really nice one because there's not a whole lot going on here. Published by Curl Up. So here's her ISBN. You can get your ISBN from Amazon. So published by Curl Up Press. If you have an email address you want people to send to, cover designed by whoever, you could say you, or you don't even have to put that, printed by KDP Print. And then look, she has her little logo, Curl Up Press, with her website below it. It looks really super professional. So that's something that can really give your books that quality look, quality feel, is really trying to add these simple things. And the thing is, once you've done this, you can put it in all your books. And maybe you change up, if you have a different author name, you change up the logo and you change up this, but a lot of it stays the same. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the other thing I like to do is let me stop sharing. I like to go and look at books. So I have so many books on my bookshelf. So this is one that I just think is a cute book. It's one of my kids' books, but it's got like a little Goldie Blocks. That's kind of the name of this series. And then Goldie Blocks and the Three Dares. But here's, I think, the page where I thought I wanted to show you something. So their method is they have the copyright on here because they have just a name. But what I like about this is it's got like the logo on top. It's got a picture and then the title and then kind of who it's written, illustrated, and the publisher house. So I like kind of that style. I love to do a big picture, title, and author info because I think it looks really nice. Okay, let's see. This one. This is fun. You're Weird. And look at this. It's got little doodles. This is, again, kind of a teen tween thing. So you can see that handwriting, blocky fonts, which makes sense. It's very different than like this. This is meant for a younger crowd. Easier, to read, bold colors. This is kind of doodly because it's meant for that teen tween crowd. And this is a fun journal. If you haven't seen these journals, they're really fun, and you could make these. So let me just show you. So You're Weird again, right? There's the subtitle, the author. I would say a picture, but the You're Weird is kind of made into a picture, so it looks really nice. Let me turn the page. Again, the copyright. Oops, sorry, that way. The copyright, they have a logo, little circle logo. You can make a simple circle logo. This is just initials and a circle, right? You don't have to make your logo that complex. Then they have kind of a dedicatory. You don't need that, but that looks nice, looks professional. And then yet again, see, here's the instructions of how to use this journal. If you've seen these, it's kind of like that Wreck This Journal. Let me do a few pages. 20 questions about the person who owns this book. So they can, this is really a cool thing. They have a lot on the edges. They have like things to color along the edges of a lot of this book. And like, yeah, here's another one. It's got little stars around it. I know, I'm showing you. But these books are really fun. They're very popular with teens because it's fun. It's doodly. It's like a graphic prompt journal, if you want to think of it that way, for teens. And you could make one of these for adults. I think this would be really fun for adults too. Okay, so let's do two more real quick. My First Christmas Activity book, very colorful. This one's got a lot going on, but it kind of shows you, it's got dot to dot, drawing, activities. This one, I don't think it comes with stickers, but this is nice. So I did want to show you this. I don't know if it comes out real well, but it's got like the circle label to put the title, but it's got it with a shadow. So if you can add a shadow, that makes it stand out. It's probably hard to see on the screen, but when you're looking at it, that's something I like to do, add that shadow to make things look more professional. Yet again, some sort of graphic on the front. This is kids, so a big graphic on the front. Now you could definitely do this in black and white if this was an activity book, and then they would be able to color this. But that's kind of nice. And then look at theirs. There's copyright and stuff is just really simple. So you could have something like that. That's all they have for that. Okay, last one. Lots of things to find in color for Christmas. These are one of those find those things and then you color them in. But you can see it's got the red and green. The yellow kind of gives it the pops of color, and there's a lot going on with this one. But again, it's got, because it's for kids, it's got the graphic on the front, the title, and then the copyright and info and that sort of thing. So you could have your logo down here, all rights reserved, and that sort of thing down there. Okay, so that's, and this, I thought this is a fun back too, right? It's lots of things to find to color. It's got the title repeated. It's got a little bit of info about the book, and it's got a different doodly graphic. So yeah, those are good ideas. Okay, so that's kind of all I wanted to show you today, is that you just need to look at books. And I like to look at, like I said, I start with professional books, the big named brand stuff, because it gives me good ideas of what I can do to be more professional in every single book. All right. So Bailey says, I've been watching your creating covers playlist and they're helpful from a technical and design standpoint. Good. I'm really glad. I'm going to add to that. I'm going to try. I have a bunch of videos I have taped. I have about 6 sitting on YouTube, 7 sitting on YouTube. They're going to come out over the next few weeks. I haven't done any more covers, I don't think, but I'm glad that those are helpful. I will do more of them because I like to design covers. I was doing a bunch of covers last night, and I did them in all different styles. I had just a bunch of different styles I was trying to do, and that was kind of some of it was fun and challenging because I did some different things than I normally do. Any other questions? I pretty much just wanted to talk to you guys about what professionalism is. And like I said, a lot of it, the first thing is understanding your audience. Know who the book is for, and then go look at professional versions of that book and see what types of things they do, what types of things you like, what types of things you can do. Some of it, doesn't make sense to put, one of those had like all the New York addresses and that sort of thing. You're not going to have all that. So none of that makes sense. But the all rights reserved, copyright, making a logo, those sorts of things really do make your book look a lot more professional. And knowing who it's for is going to inform you of the style that you should make your logo or your brand name, or how you should write your cover, what fonts you should use on your cover. Teens like that blocky kind of scribbly look. Kids like easy readable, but with color. And then adults, it just depends on what style you're going for. I do suggest if you go with script for like a feminine journal, you have it be as readable as possible. Now it's okay if you just change one word, like very readable, and then one word like beautiful or something is in a script, but still make sure it's fairly readable. If the person has to squint really hard to decide what the word is, that's not what you're looking for. You want them to be able to read it. And sometimes that is hard with script fonts. I have like 2 script fonts I like that I think are pretty readable when you make the cover a thumbnail. All right. Any other questions? Anybody? I know today is pretty short, but I wanted to make sure you guys had some great tips. Oh, Prime Day. Does anyone know what Prime Day is? Does anyone have any questions about Prime Day? Prime Day is the day, I think, what did they say it was? It's coming up soon. Is it the 18th and 19th? Maybe it's today. I don't know. I've been getting emails from Amazon, but Prime Day is basically the day where they have a bunch of deals. What's nice about it is there's just more people shopping on Amazon who are Prime users. And so you end up getting more sales just because more people are on searching. So it does mean that ads tend to be pretty expensive during those few days of Prime Day, but there is a whole lot more traffic. And for books, I do see a little bit of an increase in sales, but I don't see a huge increase. Some people, if they have their book attached to something that is selling really well, they might get a huge increase. I remember last year there was a camping book that was selling really well because people were buying. There was a bunch of sales on camping equipment. And so there was a book that was doing really well. But in general, you just get a little bit more sales because there's more traffic on Amazon and people are like, well, heck, let's throw that in the cart. So that's nice, just so you know that that's maybe why you get some extra sales in the next week or so. All right. Anything else? Nobody has any questions? Well, then that's all I have for this week. I will not be live for a while, probably until the end of July, but there will be a video every Wednesday at noon. I have them scheduled out, and then I have a few going. So there'll be like 2 a week, sometimes just 1 a week, but do check back every Wednesday at noon. Eastern time, there will be a video. And I've got a lot of great niche ones. I'm really excited about a few niches I found. So you will get those soon in the next few weeks. All right. Oh, I'm sorry you missed. You're welcome for the tips, and I'm sorry you missed because of a doctor's appointment. But I was just talking about professionalism. Go back, watch the video, and if you have any questions, yes, this video is uploaded. It is on YouTube. As soon as I end the stream, you'll be able to watch it. And that's pretty much. Oh, will kids storybooks work for Q3 and Q4? They definitely sell during Q4 because presents. I actually have one of the niche videos I am doing. I'm going through kids books and ones that I think we as independent publishers have opportunities to do well in. So I have a whole video. I'm not sure exactly what day that's coming out, but it'll be in the next few weeks. That's, they do well, especially in Q4 because people buy presents. And if you can aim at it, kind of that gift niche, and there's a few that I talk about aiming at the gift niche, so you'll be able to do that. All right, I'm so glad you have some niche ideas. I've got, oh my gosh, I found one. I was so excited when I found it. I think I might have to make a book before that one comes out. It was just random how I found this niche, and I was like, that's a brilliant idea. Anyway, but I will see you all again. Like I said, make sure to check back. I will have a video every noon on Wednesday, even if I'm not live, but I will see you live again at the very end of July. I'll let you guys know. Okay? All right. Thanks. See you next time. Piper, yes. If you want to send me like your ASIN, I'll do a quick look just to see if I think I have any tips for you or anything like that. If you'd like to do that, that's fine. Thanks.